Okay, another trick I've just learned is for masking. So when I mask a painting, um, it creates a liquid mask. So watercolor, when I go over it for a background, for this, I'm going to need that blue background. And I want to kind of almost cut out the bird, right? So in this instance, I'm going to go masking on that. And what I buy is this masking fluid. And if anybody knows all this, feel free to zone out. This is like a liquid masking agent. And you can open it up. And what I was always having trouble with is the brushes. When I use a brush, I basically ruin the brush. I don't want to do that. I'm not a big fan of that. So what I discovered is that if you put soap on it, if you put soap on your brush before you dip into the masking fluid, it will, your brush is fine. It won't stick to the brush. And when it sticks to the brush, it gets all gummy and you really can't get it out. You almost have to just throw the brush away. And so what you do, let this drop. What you do is you're just going to soap it up. You can use bar soap. Now what I use for washing my brushes, and I've got a big one of these guys, is this brush cleaner. You can find it on Amazon. The big one, the big tub, which will last you probably years, is it's like 25 bucks. You can get a smaller, kind of like a little tin of it, and that'll last forever too. That's like 10 bucks. So I just went ahead and bought the big one. I wash my brushes every time I paint, and I think you should too. So what you do is you basically, I'm gonna zoom down here, let's try this here. I'm my own production crew here, so bear with me. You just coat the brush in the soap, so it protects the brush. Probably want to get all the way up to the hosel. And it's fine if the soap gets in with the masking. Open up your masking fluid, and if I go ahead and create a mask, and right there, I was kind of like using a brush because then I can get the finer kind of lines with the brushes. There's some other stuff you can use for masking, but I kind of like the brush strokes that are created. So these used to just gum up. Basically, I'd have to use an old throwaway brush to mask. Now, if you see that, I'm just gonna wash it out in water, and voila, the brush is perfectly fine. And I struggled with that for a long time. So there might be some bits on there you just gotta peel off, but that is how you mask without ruining your brushes. I just want to share that. I just found that out. And this is, again, a really good, this soap is really good for washing your brushes too. Makes it a lot easier, and you just rub it in. You just basically, when you wash your brush, you're at your sink and you just rub it in there, rub it under the, massage it under the flow, rub it back, rinse it out, and then shape it. So in this case, I would shape it and give it the shape at the end. So this one's not going to go to a super point, but yeah. So your brushes will look like when they dry, they'll have that nice point. There we go, that you want. Here's a better one. These, it's a Snap, Princeton Snap. These are great brushes. They're cheap. They're like $8, but they're really a pretty high quality brush for $12, $8, something like that. I mean, it's no Sable, but it's still pretty sweet, and it holds a good point right on the end there. So I guess I could combine masking and washing brushes into one video. 2 for 1 special. All right, happy painting.